So right there is Tryon Palace, the governor's mansion, the original capital of North Carolina. So this is where the governor lived during his time that he ran as governor in the capital of North Carolina, New Bern, North Carolina. So now we're going down Pollock Street towards the downtown area here. I think we'll make a right and go towards the farmer's market. There's a neat mural over there on the left. And then we'll go down towards the water, go through Union Point Park. And it's a beautiful, clear, sunny day today. Right now it's 72 degrees. Driving on the railroad track. Left here, so the Trent River is right in front of us, which the railroad track actually goes over the bridge there. And then if you go this way, you go towards the Neuse River, where both of the rivers meet up down here. Hello. Hey. You can see the sun's kind of up there like in a haze right now. So this is going towards the Neuse River down here at Union Point Park. So we just went past to like the main downtown street there. I think it's focused. It just looks blurry on my screen. Okay, so this is Union Point Park then, right down here across from this red light. Hello. Hey everybody, thanks for joining in. Cruising down the downtown New Bern here. So right here then is Union Point Park. So that's where the Trent and the Neuse River meet up with each other here in this point. Let me make sure this is focused. I can't tell if it is. The sun's like literally shining right on it. So it looks like they actually have the road blocked off up here on the right. Okay, here we go. So here's where it goes into the park here. Is the camera focusing on the road or is it focusing on the dashboard? Right here you can get a good glimpse of the Neuse River. That's a nice view right there. Okay, cool, you can see through. Yeah, I was just making sure. It's hard to see even the screen because the sun's shining on the screen, on the camera. So it's making the phone just kind of overheat right now. Yeah, it's a beautiful view. See if we can hear the birds and the seagulls out here. can see right over here. So usually, like, they have like a bird feeder thing over here, so you can, like, it's like a coin operated bird feed thing, so you can get food out and feed the birds. So it's pretty cool. You can see the bridge that goes over to Bridgeton, which is across the Neuse River. If it focuses over there, then. And then there's like a couple of hotels. There's a courtyard here you can stay at right on the water, which is neat. Yeah, it's a pretty view. Let's see if we can put this mount up a little bit. Okay. Back up here. And then we'll go through like the historic downtown area now. Gotta back out. There's a lot of people here. So there's the courtyard. And then right ahead of us here across the street, there's a really cool antique mall. It's kind of like a consignment mall, has a bunch of different vendors, like individual stores in it. But there's really neat like antiques, and there's they have like a food and a wine stand, so you can like get beer and drinks while you walk around and get antiques and stuff. So it's a pretty fun little place right there. And it's a beautiful clear blue day too. The bridge reminds me of the bridge I went on to the beach of the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, it's a big bridge. It's definitely a big bridge for like the size of this town here. Nothing's like the Chesapeake Bay Bridge though. If you go there up in Virginia Beach and stuff, like that bridge is huge, and it's got tunnels in it, 2 tunnels, multiple bridges. That thing's like miles long. So if you got a fear of going over the water and stuff, like that's not a good bridge to go over, because that thing is huge. The Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel. And then this is like kind of like houses here that go along the river, which is really pretty. There's a couple like parks and things. You can just kind of sit and look at the water. Wow, the size of that town, dang. Yeah, I mean, it's a bigger town for this area. Like Eastern North Carolina doesn't have a lot of like huge towns, so New Bern's probably one of the bigger ones along the coast here. Then you got Jacksonville, Wilmington's down below there, which Wilmington is a pretty well-known large, I don't say city, but more city-like. And then about an hour and a half west, you run into Raleigh, North Carolina, which is a big city, bigger city. And we're in North Carolina. So we're near the coast of North Carolina, near the Outer Banks area. I guess that guy's just waiting. You going? He was just staring at me. Yeah, and if you guys like seeing like things around North Carolina, videos and things, give us a follow and subscribe, and put out videos of festivals and fun things around here to do, towns, restaurants, that kind of stuff. And thanks for the thumbs up, whoever gave us those. So a lot of these houses here were built in the 1700s, 1800s. So these houses are, going on 300 years old. And just really pretty, big, historic homes. You see this one on the left over here. I'll pull it over and show you. It's got the giant, like, pillar style, which is really neat. Front porch. And I know this little house right here in the front, right there, that house, I think that's like one of the oldest houses in New Bern. It's really pretty looking. Kind of like colonial style. And then up ahead, you can see that tall building on the right is the City Hall building with the clock tower right there. Not the original City Hall building, but I think it's still pretty old. And then you got the courthouse here on the right, which is really neat looking, Victorian style. It's got the tree-lined road here. So now we're going to the City Hall area. It says the sky and the trees and the houses are pretty. Yeah, it's a very pretty town. I mean, when you're in the downtown area, it's really neat. The rest of the town's kind of like, you know, then businesses, Walmart, shopping malls, stuff like that. But the downtown area is really nice here by the water. And then the rest of the town's more just like residential and newer construction. And it's a growing town. Got your Chick-fil-A's and Sonic, McDonald's, all that stuff. And ahead of us here is the yacht club. So you got all the sailboats, Doubletree Hotel, Hilton. So it is a very touristy area because it's the, you know, original capital of North Carolina. Some neat murals painted on the wall there. I think they're actually in the process of painting it right now. Brand new one. So this is the main road here. This is where all the local restaurants, shops, coffee stores. You can just see how like green the trees are and how blue the sky is today. This guy playing guitar over there. It's packed with, yeah, it is packed with cars. Because the one restaurant here, the breakfast restaurant, is like super well known and popular. It's called Baker's Kitchen. And like, the place gets packed out like every morning, even on the weekdays. And it's a Friday too, which there's a lot of people coming down for, you know, weekend vacations who are here already. But you should see it at nighttime. It's you can't even find a parking spot. You come here at night because they got bars, restaurants. It's pretty popping at nighttime. Not necessarily weekdays, but the weekends are. And a couple old churches here from the 1800s. But thanks for joining and chatting with us and, you know, checking out the area. It's a lot of fun. And then up here on the left, or I might have passed it actually, there's an old schoolhouse which in the Civil War they turned into kind of like a hospital. So during the Civil War they turned the school into a hospital, and it's actually a museum now. You can go in and kind of like see how it was set up as a hospital, which is really neat. during the Civil War, they turned a lot of like places into hospitals temporarily. It's actually here, right up here on the right. Let's see. We'll go past it if it's not a one-way road. Let's see. It is a one-way road, but yeah, right there, that old brick building. So that used to be the Civil War Hospital and school. So pretty cool. And I don't know if you're here for the governor's mansion, but the governor, during his time in office here, did build a mansion that he lived in. But we'll be passing it again. I need to find out what his name is. Light's been green. And here it is on the left. Let's pull this over here. That right there. You can see where the governor lived. And if you ever watched the show Sleepy Hollow, the series, that was actually in the show a couple times, and it takes place like in modern day, but when it has like the old flashback scenes, they actually have scenes filmed right there on the property of that house. And there's actually a couple of other scenes in that series filmed in New Bern also, and Wilmington. So now we're heading out of the downtown area. And we will put more up about this area and more live streams cruising around telling history, the next time we do this.